Hello! Congratulations on buying your makeup. Okay, probably wondering where to start. So I'm going to walk you through all of the things so that you know how to do your makeup, you know how to use it. And if you still have questions, you can always ask me. I'm here to help you all along the way. So when you get your makeup, they're going to come in little tins like this. What you're going to do is you're just going to slide it open. If you have any trouble, just kind of pull this top part up or kind of pull part on the bottom. But it should slide out pretty easily. So you're just going to slide it out. When you have your tin, and if you ordered 4 or more, you're going to get a compact depending on the size. So this is a little mini double-decker or the quad. This is what most people start with. And then when you have your makeup, you're just going to slide it in. Okay, and it's magnetic, so you can change it out. When you need a refill, you just refill that tin or just buy a refill and just pop it back in there. So that's how you put your makeup into the tin or into the compact. Okay, now we're just going to start with some of your colors. So I probably suggested 1 or 2 highlight colors, maybe 3 depending on the coverage or kind of what you were needing, a contour and a blush. So we're just going to kind of go through of where everything gets placed, how you use it. So a lighter color that you would have been suggested, like, so for me, my normal all over color is wheat. And then I use white peach under my eyes. So those are my 2 main highlight colors that I use. So yes, I have a big one, but so this is white peach and this is wheat. So I'm kind of in between. This is amber and wheat. I'm kind of in between that right now just because we're going into winter. So I'm just gonna show you how to use it. So this is the Buffy brush. I probably suggested, depending on the most coverage people want, I normally suggest this brush and the detail brush. So these are the 2 brushes that I use most time every day. The Buffy brush is also, if you want heavier coverage, one that I use. So you can use this end for under eye, or if the detail hack is the one I suggested for you, you can use this for under eye. So we're just gonna dip in white peach, which is this one. And I'm just using, I mean, you can tell there's hardly any makeup on there. And we're gonna tap it on both sides and then just kind of work it in. So these brushes are specifically designed to work with cream makeup. So they're gonna blend really easy and they're going to make the process of putting this on a lot easier. So we want it to look natural. We still want our beauties to show through, look like really pretty skin and not like you're wearing makeup. So that's kind of the point. If you have extra, you can go down the center of your nose, on here, you can do a lightening here and here. Okay, so it's just totally preference, however you want to do it. So once you have the under eye area done, if you have any other spot treatment that you're wanting, this is the time that you're going to want to do it before you put your all over color. So if you have darker spots, and I suggested a darker color, if you have a lot of redness and I suggested another color, then that's when you're going to put this on. So a lot of times I will use June. I also suggest Candlelit depending on your color, or there's just different ones. And Aspen is a really good one too for kind of blending out or getting rid of any redness on your face. So that's where the time you're going to do this. So if I use June, you can tell I'm a little bit red right here. So I'm going to do just a little bit right here of my June just to kind of get rid of that redness. And I'm red right here around my nose. Okay, and once you feel like you've got that covered up, I like to then go to this brush and I like to use this end for my all over color for my face. So like I said, I'm wheat, so I'm gonna take this, do a few taps in wheat, and then I like to tap it on my face and then swirl it in. All right, and you may find another method that works better for you. This is the beauty of makeup, is you find what works best for you and you do that. Okay, so I'm going all over my full face with this color and just evening out the skin tone. So I'll do this half so that you can see just the subtle difference that it makes. We're not trying to cover up our skin so it looks like we're wearing a sheet of makeup. We want our skin to be illuminated and have it pop, but take out those unwanted blemishes and discoloration that we don't want. Okay, can you tell that difference? I mean, it's pretty subtle, but just how sheen and easy it looks compared to this side, you can see. You'll notice I have more colors here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make sure that we get those shadows added back in. So just do the other side, and you'll see that you can get really quick at this. You're not gonna be this fast the first time you do it, which is totally fine. But this brush is nice because it's gonna give you a light to medium coverage, but if you wanna build, you're just gonna do a heavier stamp into your makeup and just add more makeup as you're putting it on your face. Okay, so once you have that kind of covering your whole face, we're gonna go back to this brush and we're gonna do our contour. So I have Astoria and Indigo, so I'm gonna use Astoria. So we're gonna use this flat end, and I normally start with my forehead. So I'm just putting this in, and you'll notice as you use your makeup that these are a little softer and these are a little harder to get out as you're doing it. It's because we want our contour to really stick, and so it tends to be a little bit heavier. Okay, and this is what we're doing, is we're bringing the shadows back. So if you have a larger forehead like I have, you're gonna want to bring that shadow down further, okay? So we want to have some space above our eye. So depending on where your forehead is, you want, I don't know, an inch or so above your eye. You can kind of play around with it and see what you think looks best, or if you want me to tell you, I can certainly tell you. Okay, so I have this big round forehead, so I'm gonna put it here and kind of come down. If you have a smaller forehead, so say your forehead's only here, you're gonna go a little bit right here, or if you have a hairline that comes close, you don't even need to go down here. So I do have a graphic on my Facebook page that you can see, or I can send it to you if you just want to shoot me a message. I can send you that graphic that will, with the face shapes and kind of where to put your contour. So you'll notice I'm bringing that light to here. That's what we want to do, is make that shadow and have our eyes pop. Okay, and then once we have our forehead done, all right, we're going to move on to our cheekbones. So this is where we're going to use the side of this brush. This is why this brush is so good, because it gives us a really clean line. So I'm going to dip, you'll notice the side of it, and just getting, I mean, there's a tiny, tiny bit on my brush. You can always add more. You can always wipe it off and start over, but it's always fine to build. So what you're going to do is you're going to feel for your cheekbone. And right when it starts to curve down is where you're going to put your contour. So it might feel high. It's okay. Trust me, it's okay if it's high. That's what we want. We want to push those cheekbones up. So as we feel, so right in the middle, just right below that middle, is we're going to come and we're going to go pointing down to the corner of our mouth, and we're just going to kind of curve up. If you have a longer face, you want to curve up to kind of get some roundness. If you have more of a round face, you want to go straight down, so don't add that little curve at the end. Okay, and then you can bring it kind of anywhere in this area is where you want to start. So it just, again, is preference, and then we want to blend up. Okay, because we're popping those cheekbones out. We want this to stay light and bright so that it enhances that shadow. So we're kind of creating like a push-up bra for your cheeks. Okay, so just kind of blend that up. And it's okay if it's not totally blended. We will blend it out more when we put our blush on. But can you see that difference? Just the pop that it gives. Okay, so same thing on the other side. And you can always start with a little bit less if you feel like, but don't be afraid of contouring. Okay, it looks heavier. I always go a little heavier than I think I want it to end up as, because it will blend out when I put my blush on. Okay. Okay, and you see those cheekbones just pop. If you want to do some on your nose, you can. Just make sure your thin line is right down the middle. Also your chin straight across, which I have other videos for that. We're just kind of doing the basics right now. Okay, for our blush, I'm going to use this one in the corner. This is nude. So this color seriously looks good on anybody. Now, you can either dip this in, or if you feel more comfortable, you can tap it on with your finger. It's also great lip color. Okay. I like to use this end for my blush. I kind of pinch it when I'm putting it on. Okay, so it's just on the very, very tip. And then you're going to smile, and it's going to be the bottoms of the apples of your cheeks. Okay, and you're just going to go up to that same point that you started your contour with. Okay, and you're just going to swirl it and just bring it back up to that point. Now, if you've done it on this side, again, just the same thing. You're just going to swirl it and bring it up. Can you see that contour just kind of melt away and disappear? That's why we want it a little bit darker, because we're still getting those shadows, but we're getting this color from our cheeks. Now, if you get too much, or if it's up too high, just flip around, use the other end of your blush. It has a little bit of the highlight color on, and just kind of fix it. Okay, and there you go. So that's how you're gonna contour, highlight your face. If you want to start with the setting spray, you can. We sell the Stay Setting Spray, which is awesome. I like to start and end with this. You can also add powder if you want, but that's how you're gonna do it. So your contour here, underneath your cheekbones, and along your jawline if you want. You can also do your nose, your cheeks, smile, the bottoms of the apples of your cheeks, and then go up to the corner, kind of where you started your contour. So we want to bring life to our face, have that blush on there. And then your highlight color, we went over that, and then your under eye. So if you have questions, if you need more help, please, please, please let me know. I want to help you. I want to make sure you're comfortable. Give it a week. Try it for a week. You'll get so much more comfortable just in that time. But again, I'm happy to help. So excited that you bought this makeup, and I hope you love it as much as I do.